Welcome back. I'm not a very consistent person, but this video marks my second upload of the month, which is pretty exciting. So I decided to get a little dressed up for this video, and if you look closely, I've actually started to grow a little bit of a mistake. If this pandemic has taught me anything, it's that I can do anything I want at a very mediocre level, including making commentary videos and ripping off Cody. So much so, in fact, that I wrote that joke about my facial hair, or lack thereof, a few days ago, and I waited to film it until the day after he released an entire video about his mustache. If you guys don't know who Cody is, his name and my name are the same. And that's pretty cool, guys. Cody made 2 videos recently about this show that I used to watch, like, accidentally with my dad. Like, we would be watching something useful, and then it would end. And then we would be too focused on doing absolutely nothing to change the channel. And that show is called What Would You Do? With John Quiñones. Now, the premise of this show is that you have actors in public with hidden cameras, and they create conflicts that you might see on the street in your daily life, but like probably not. And then they film how people react, and then they edit it together, which is a nice premise. But the thing is, they create the most extreme versions of these events. And they have some crazy ones. They sometimes set up these situations based on real incidents that happened. Like this one was based on a real headline where some wacko white woman called the cops on an innocent babysitter.
Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. How do you know these children?
I'm their babysitter.
You're babysitting for these 2 children?
Yes.
And their parents are aware of this?
What? I think this face right here sums that up pretty well. Now, that one was based on a thing that has actually happened, unfortunately, which is brutal, and it may happen again, probably in Missouri. No offense. But I mean, come on. But some of these videos are mind-boggling. Both of the episodes that Cody talked about are whacked.
Oh, dude, that looks awesome.
I know. You guys want to try some?
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm allergic to peanuts.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wash up.
Dude, what do you think would happen if we put some peanuts in his milkshake?
Now, if you couldn't tell, this is 2 kids trying to poison their friend who is allergic to peanuts. As Cody mentions numerous times, they're trying to put their peanuts in his mouth.
Don't put some peanuts in his milkshake! Can't handle my peanuts in your mouth? You guys put peanuts in my drink? Throw your peanuts in his drink. You would never put your own peanuts in your own mouth. Your grandson is also allergic to peanuts? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Me too. Obviously that's insane. But what I find even more ridiculous is the other one he talked about, where they have these dudes take very serious issue with this girl for playing video games.
You shouldn't be playing that game.
Girls don't play video games.
Is this a real opinion that anyone has? Take a look at this dude's face. He's real serious.
You shouldn't be playing that game.
I'm actively trying to get my girlfriend to play video games with me. I just convinced her to download Wizard 101, which is a game that I played religiously when I was 8. And 18. Now this guy agrees with me.
James Inglis clearly doesn't like what he's hearing. But will he press play on his opinions?
That was a good one, John. I like that. Give the writer responsible for that one a raise.
Like this.
Yeah, this is a war
Like
game.
they make games for girls.
If girls can actually be more, they can play real war games.
What?
Wow. My boy James is coming with the heat. I like James a lot. I think that was a good point. And I know they're actors, but they're being paid to argue against James. So let's see what our gamers have to refute that point.
What do you mean? Like, girls can't play video games.
But I think you already said that. So why can't they play? Do we have any reasoning for that?
What? Because they suck at them.
Talk about a great counterpoint. Now, the episode that really roped me into all of this and made me want to make a video about it is this one, called Mother Forces Her Daughter to Diet. And I would definitely explain the premise of this video to you, but I think that the cast of WWYD can do it better than I ever could.
You did such a good job at school. You deserve a treat.
Yum, I want the Oreo.
No, not for you.
Sheesh. Well, that's too bad. I wanted the Oreo one too. John, what's going on here?
You're at a donut shop.
I'm not at a donut shop. Sorry, I'll let him finish.
You're at a donut shop when you see a mom with her 2 daughters. She's rewarding one of them with a donut, but the other one, she's on a strict diet.
Okay, first of all, et is a suffix that can mean small. Whose idea was it to hire Nicole and Nicolette Who did that? What silly goose was in charge? Listen, I'm not saying, okay, it's a little funny. It's a little funny. Second, I used to be a little chubby. I had some fluff. I was a chunk. Here I am, look at me. Now please stop looking at me. And I hated it. It sucked. I felt awful. I hated how I looked. And I didn't get any ladies. And now I'm a little bit less of a chunk. And now I get so many ladies. I believe that it's super important to be comfortable and healthy in your body. And I also believe that it's great for a parent to help their kid jumpstart and maintain bodily improvement. However, we have some glaring issues here. First of all, the mom is treating her 2 kids differently. I'm not a parent yet, and I have no idea of how to handle that, so I'm not even gonna touch that. But second of all, I think that the direction they gave to this actor, Michelle, is something along the lines of, hey, could you maybe be the worst person ever?
You can't have a bite, sweetheart. You're fat.
Holy smokes, woman. Let's see how this stuff pans out.
Our young actor Nicole is fully prepared for the hurtful words she's about to hear.
Okay, but what if she's not? Poor innocent Nicole here, who is a perfectly lovely young girl, she just got cast as fat girl. Not that she is, but that's her job right now, which is a little terrible. I'm just speaking for myself here. If I was in this position like 4 years ago, where I went to an audition and I got hired just to be torched by Michelle for a couple hours about my weight, whether or not she meant it, that would hurt. In here.
Mom, can I just have maybe half of a tiny donut?
Honey, big girls like you don't eat donuts. Not even half a donut.
Now call me insensitive here, but I think maybe that big girls do eat donuts. I loved to eat donuts when I was a big girl. This woman right here obviously doesn't like what she hears, so let's see what she has to say.
I'm a therapist. I work with a lot of teens. I mean, I imagine it's really hard. She clearly struggles with that.
Yeah.
I just wonder, like, hearing, like, when you're thin, like your sister, I mean, that comparison stuff, that's just probably received as criticism.
So she's a therapist. She's trained to handle situations like this, and she did. In what to me feels like the perfect way. She has some amazing points, and she presented them in a great way, in a very kind way. And she kind of reminds me of James from our Gamer Girl video. So let's see if Michelle here has a better answer than the Gamer Boys.
I mean, she's fat.
Come on. If anything, this show is a case study of how difficult improv is. So therapist lady gives some more beautiful, heartfelt advice. And here comes John Quiñones.
Time to meet this very compassionate counselor. Hi,
Hi.
Hi.
I'm John Quiñones.
Shut in.
What did you just say?
Now, if you know what this show is, like she seems to, that's gotta be an exciting moment. But if you don't know, that seems pretty scary. That seems like a pretty overwhelming moment to me. So hopefully the crew doesn't bombard the civilian too much.
Are you really a therapist?
I am a therapist.
Wow. You didn't say you were wrong?
Whoa! They got the whole crew of the Titanic on deck. I'm impressed though, this woman maintains her composure.
So in moderation, 1 donut?
Yeah, of course. Like, look at me. I've got a whole box. These kids are waiting for them.
I got an A+ on my test. Come on, Mom, please.
Absolutely not. Here, I have some kale.
Some kale? For an A+? Kale sounds like a D+ snack to me. I don't know about you, but if I get an A+, I'm expecting some goldfish, like at a minimum. Maybe some pretzels or some fresh fruit. Kale?
Throughout the day, our mom displays her tough love.
Mom, please.
Honey, you cannot have one. You have your own little donut right around your waist.
Damn. Michelle is locked and loaded. I don't know how much tough love is behind that absolute zinger. The exciting part is when people get loud, baby. Let's go.
I think you're making a spectacle of yourself.
Some patrons get downright angry at our mom.
Yeah, I would hope they'd get angry. I would hope that most people's reaction to watching a young girl's mom roast her would be anger or laughter. Some of these are straight out of Comedy Central.
She's got her own special donut right around here.
No, I think I take that back. This is exclusively terrible. Here's a man with something to say. Let's see what he's up to.
Are you gonna eat those?
I am, but I've been on a diet.
Oh no, this is gonna be a beautiful man. You can tell.
It's tough to get my weight down. See, I'd rather look like that guy. You know, the problem we have, we like food a lot.
I love him. He has a heart, he has great intentions, he's got something to say other than some of the other people who I haven't shown, who resort to insults in like 2 seconds.
What is wrong with you? You are a terrible person.
I like this guy because he has something more valuable to say than just like, oh, Michelle, you suck.
It's really even harder to get the weight off when you get older.
Listen to this, is a smart man.
Oh, Michelle, you suck. Sorry, got a little out of hand there. Why'd you have to cut off my boy, Michelle? Everything was going so well.
If I'd have known when I was younger, I'd have been better off. Now I'm here and I shouldn't even come in here.
So you agree with me, sir, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this for 1 second. First, can we go back to Michelle sucking? This moment right here, this moment invokes rage in me. And her face? Gosh, Michelle is a great actor because wow, do I hate her. Second, in my opinion, this moment shows a little bit of one of the big problems that I have with this episode. This man isn't talking to the bigger daughter character because he isn't an actor. He's a real, authentic man giving a real, heartfelt opinion to the real Nicole. And that face right there doesn't scream fantastic actor to me. That face says to me, Nicole doesn't feel super great right now. That's the face that I make when I feel that way. Nicole's mom signed her up for an acting gig, and Nicole got the health counseling session that my doctor once told me I needed.
Do you know what she gets instead of a donut?
Oh, gosh.
That was ice cold. The no-look handoff, the 2-finger hold, the nasty look to the man who's like, oh gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Look, even Nicolette is like, wow, maybe this lady is the worst.
You're doing good.
Well, here's Johnny. Gee, is this What Would You Do? Or Peekaboo with John Quiñones.
Hi, sir. I'm John Quiñones.
What? You can't just introduce yourself and expect him to know what that means. Hi, sir. I'm John.
Maybe the mother would have been smarter if she never came in here instead of shaking a bag of carrots in front of her face.
That was cruel.
It was.
You know what? I hope Nicole left this shoot with the fattest paycheck.
Yikes!
Word choice. I hope Nicole left this shoot with the biggest paycheck and like a box of donuts. You know what? And that bag of carrots. I love me an Oreo donut, but sometimes the snap of a carrot in the summer heat is just what I need. Let's see what else John's got in the tank before we go.
But I did tell my one daughter, no donuts for her.
That's all right.
Look at her! She needs to lose some weight.
No.
This guy has that did she really just say that face on. Gosh, that would make me so uncomfortable. If I ask someone why she can't have a donut and the mom just points at her and says, look at her. How is this guy supposed to react to that? Well, it's just when that special donut comment from before comes into play.
She's got her own special donut right around here.
I got one too. Here.
I like this guy. I think he's handling it better than I ever could. Because maybe I would be more like our man Shades in the back here. Get a load of this guy.
You know what she's getting? That's what she gets.
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, right?
That 2-finger veggie handoff is killer. Like, oh my god, that would set me off. I think the producers saw that last scene and they were like, oh, Michelle, give us more of that. That's the nasty mom energy we're looking for. Like I said, Shades in the back and I, we're on the same page because it set him off too.
You absolutely disgust me.
He's coming in hot. Okay, while the baggie would set me off, I don't know if I would start here with you absolutely disgust me. Usually there's a starting point, like, hey, what's going on here? And then eventually, if Michelle pushes hard enough, we can get to you absolutely disgust me. But that's a hot start.
I'm serious. Like, I'm standing here completely unbeknownst to your conversation, and you're body shaming. This is your daughter?
Yes.
That's horrible.
What do you mean?
He's not letting off the gas either. He's ready to rumble.
I'm shaking. I'm so just disgusted with you as a person.
Okay, so maybe it's time to start letting up a little bit. I know that Nicole is doing her job here and playing it up, and she's doing a great job. She's done a great job throughout this whole episode for the show. But personally, I don't care what argument I'm having with my mom. It's going down after I hear that. I don't know if calling a woman a horrible person multiple times in front of her kid is the way to go. That would personally make me very, very upset.
You absolutely disgust me.
Anyway, it's the end. I don't really have a conclusion for this, but I think the moral of the story should be girls should play video games, Nicole should have her donut, and if someone's allergic, maybe don't put your peanuts in their mouth.